Hello everyone. I welcome you all back to the Wise Demi channel, where we gain wisdom that is so much needed for leading a happier life. Over the last 2 weeks, we learnt the importance of right communication and the need to understand our role in different situations to be able to build long-term relationships. This week, we are going to learn about our own inner engine. Just like we learn about a new car or a computer we purchase, we need to learn about our own equipment. This we are going to accomplish with the acclaimed manual for mankind that has helped millions of people rebuild their lives, the Bhagavadgeeta. So, get ready to dive deep into your own inner chambers to discover the secrets hidden therein. Unfortunately, there is no compartment within a human being that deals with the domain of relationship. Hence, a workshop or a seminar where you will learn some behavioral patterns or some new words to use during the conversation can never work. It is like a quick fix job of sticking some plaster tape on the outside to heal a broken bone joint inside. What you are on the inside, which is your beam, affects your scene, and what you perceive gets translated into your actions in the outer world. If you are selfish, it will translate into selfish actions in the field of relationship. The Gita adopts this holistic approach to life, which reflects the reality of human existence. This integrated approach to life and problem solving is the hallmark of the Indian way of thinking. Let us now see and understand how this philosophy is brought to bear on the problem solving in the domain of relationship.
Mahabhutanyahangaraha buddhiravyaktamev cha Indriyani dashaikam cha pancachendriya gocharaha.
A schematic representation of human life as per Bhagavad-Gita is shown on the slide. This shows 24 tattvas or cardinal principles of the Sankhya philosophy in the field of objects that is explained by Sri Krishna in the 13th chapter called Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. This may appear a little technical, but I will make it simpler for you. Moreover, I am sure that you will be able to understand these, as these concepts are logical, scientific, and in fact assimilated into the Indian way of life itself. The 5 sense organs, which are your skin, tongue and nose, pick the signals from the external world. The signals from the external world are in the form of sound, touch, shape, taste and smell. The external world itself is made of 5 elements, which are air, water, fire, space and earth. So 5 sense organs, 5 types of signals and 5 elements which constitute the external world. That is 5 plus 5 plus 5, 15. These are interpreted by the mind mana, which is directed by the intellect that analyzes, judges and concludes. So mana is the interpreter. Intellect buddhi is the one that judges and concludes. The avyakta or unmanifested is the subtle impression left in our mental equipment due to previous experiences that play a vital part in our perception and feeling. The ego is the name given to the sense of individuality that arises in us and which assumes the role of the doer enjoyer, and perceiver. Finally, based on the interpretation, actions are initiated by the 5 organs of action: hands, legs, speech, procreation, and excretion. To summarize once again, 5 sense organs, 5 types of signals, 5 elements, 5 plus 5 plus 5, 15, plus 1 mind, 16, plus 1 intellect, 17, plus 1 avyakta, 18, plus 1 ego, 19, plus 5 organs of action, 24. So these 24 principles or tattvas populate the kshetra or the field of objects.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagena cha gृह्यते.
The Blessed Lord said, O mighty armed one, undoubtedly the mind is untractable and restless, but O son of Kunti, it can be brought under control through practice and detachment. Krishna brings out that it is very difficult to influence the mind, which is highly restless. Isn't this our daily experience too? How many of us can claim to have total control over our mind and its movements? The working of the mind is illustrated by the example of a warehouse and a factory. As brought out earlier, unmanifest subtle impressions from many lives are stored in the subconscious memory as vasanas. As we experience the outer world, many impressions get triggered and thoughts are served to our restless mind, which gets busy working on these just like a factory.
Majjita sarva durgani mad prasadat tarishyasi ata chetvam ahankarat nashroshyasi vinakshyasi.
If you can fix your mind on the goal of life, you will be able to cross over all the difficulties through a sense of purpose. If, on the other hand, you do not heed these words and do not focus on your goals out of egotism, you will get totally destroyed. In this verse, Krishna warns us against coming under the sway of the ego, which is like a balloon filled with self-centered thoughts that do not have any substance. Let us pause here this week. I am sure that you are all looking forward to the next video, where we shall see how we put these spiritual insights to work to improve our relationships. Please join me next week.